This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your wages are being garnished. We can stop that now. It's hard enough to pay your bills when things are good, let alone when a big chunk of your take-home pay is gone before you even get your check. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, and I can stop the garnishment and get the creditors off your back immediately, often the same day as our consultation. Both Chapter 7 and 13 provide bankruptcy relief, but choosing the right chapter is crucial. In a free consultation, we can create a plan to get your finances back under your control. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
Let's play Beat Migs.
It's time to play the game.
Yeah.
So everybody scream his name. Beat Migs. Don't be a loser.
Beat Migs, and it's Tuesday, so it's time to turn down for tequila. Oh, yeah. That's what. Yeah, get yourself a margarita, because it's fun. All right. Let's get to our contestant today. We got James in Gig Harbor. James, are you there?
I am. How's it going?
Going pretty good. James. All right, Steve, get out of here. Goodbye. Yeah, buddy, bring back some margaritas. Yeah, bring back some margaritas. Bring back some of that margaritas. For those playing at home, James will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. James, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. You ready?
You can't see me, but I'm ready.
All right. Nice. Kent Brockman is a news anchor on which animated television show?
The Simpsons.
Yes. In networking, what does the D stand for in the abbreviation DSL?
Download?
No.
Pass.
The holes in Swiss cheese are also named after what body part?
Pass.
The sitcom Mom airs on what network?
CBS.
Yes. What author created the character Tom Sawyer?
Pass.
Which talk show host has the voice of Dory in Finding Nemo?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes. Which New England state does not have any ocean coastline?
New England.
No.
That's very close to a New England state.
How much money do you start a game of standard Monopoly with?
500?
No. Nah, well,
200?
No.
Oh.
a lot more than that. 3 correct.
I forget how much money you start with in Monopoly. That's
Really?
bad. I'm told I should play that because they say it's really a good game when you play it right.
If you play it right, it'll go a lot faster. And I think,
Especially negotiate. That's the other thing. I didn't know you could actually negotiate in that game. So my buddies are trying to get me to play because they want to see how I'd be with it because I'm such a negotiator.
Yeah.
But I can't bring myself to do it because
Yeah.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Stevie.
Hey, Shane.
Are you ready?
Oh, yeah!
Kent Brockman is a news anchor on which animated television show?
The Simpsons.
Yes. In networking, what does the D stand for in the abbreviation DSL?
It's one way to network.
Oh, jeez.
That involves some kind of lips, right?
No.
Okay.
Digital.
Yes. The holes in Swiss cheese are also named after what body part? No.
Eyes?
Yes. The sitcom Mom airs on what network?
CBS.
Yes. Which author created the character Tom Sawyer?
Geddy Lee.
No.
Mark Twain.
Yes. Jenny Lee, very good.
Which talk show host was the voice of Dory in Finding Nemo?
Ellen DeGeneres.
Yes. Which New England state does not have any ocean coastline?
Massachusetts?
No.
No. Maine?
No.
New Hampshire?
No. How much money do you start a game of Standard Monopoly
Boston?
with? No.
$1,000.
No.
$2,500.
No.
$6,900.
No. In what year of the late 2000s did Paul Newman pass away?
2008.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You win 7-3.
Yeah.
Good job.
Sorry, James.
It's all good. Good job, Steve.
Thanks, James. Have a great day.
Yeah, good sport there.
I mean, I knew he was going to win, but that Paul Newman guess, come on.
What?
Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
Sorry, I insulted your hometown.
Yeah. Well, you know where Cape Cod is? It's in Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's a cape. You know, there's
Wait,
water.
I thought. Oh, the question was by water or not around water?
Not around water.
I said, which New England state does not have any ocean coastline?
Oh, you misunderstood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Massachusetts has got a ton of coastline.
And
Well,
like
not a ton
Maine
of
is
coastline
like right there. I mean, yeah.
Oh. Well, Cape Cod, home of Smith Family Popcorn.
Oh, is it? Is that where
Good
it's
people,
at?
great popcorn. Yeah, that's where they sell it.
Does anybody know how much money you start a game of Standard Monopoly with?
I would be, Danny?
Isn't it 100?
No. Gosh, no.
No.
You
Rev says
500?
I don't know.
It's 1,500.
Really?
Yeah.
Boy, it's been a long time since I played.
Yeah. And it's a certain amount, you know, like a couple of hundreds.
$15.
500.
That's enough to buy a lot of property.
Yeah, that's what they want you to do. Is to buy all the property.
That's what they want.
Yeah, and then argue about it.
Yeah, they do.
Well, congratulations to
Do
you.
they give it to you as a Visa check card, or is that how it works now?
There's a new version that has a debit card.
No.
I swear.
And you know what? You can scan things?
Yeah, and it's you swipe it and you do that. It makes it, I guess.
And did you guys know
easier.
that you could make deals, like you could trade properties with people and
Yeah.
whatever? We never played that way growing up.
One of the original rules is if you go around and like you buy up or you land on a property and you don't buy it, it immediately goes on auction.
Yeah, I did. I
know that.
Yeah.
No wonder I hated the game. I thought it was so boring. It's so random. You're never going to be able to. I mean, somebody who's lucky enough to get to buy two properties in a row because they randomly landed there. I hated the game for that. I didn't know you could negotiate.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was a house rule or not, but usually if you were not doing well, you would then just give them to your friends to piss off whoever you didn't want to win.
Well, you can make trades and deals and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you want to do like a kingmaker situation or you just want to get out of the damn game, then
Right. Or you want to screw over the guy that's doing really well.
yeah.
A couple of you are like, hey, you want my property? And then that person gets pissed off and usually flips the table. And my buddy, a.k.a. my buddy Matt from college.
Yeah.
And then the game's over at least.
It truly is. After like hours of playing, he would do that.
That's the thing. You can't play with kingmakers unless the game is specifically, like it says we're making a king. And but even then, I think I try to play a game where you got to make it worth my while. I'm not going to hand over a victory to anybody, but if you make it look like I have a chance to win by making this negotiation that puts you in a stronger place, then I'll do it.
But what if the person's just being an insufferable jerk, the one that's winning, and he's just constantly
gloating,
yeah,
and,
he's just being
doing
a
all that
jackass about it? Then it's fun to piss that guy.
Yeah,
off.
then at that point, screw him.
Yeah.
Don't ever play with me because you.
I'm trying to be better, though. I really am, because I can be an insufferable jerk. I just was an insufferable jerk again, but only because I thought people were old shaming me.
When?
Yeah, I did.
When was this?
This was this. I was playing some games. We get to play because Zulu's has the outdoor patio, so we can play outdoor Zulus. So one of my buddies was telling me to make a move that I was making a different move, and I did so bad at this game. I knew I was going to lose. It really didn't matter. But I got into a giant argument because I really thought they were like, "You're an old man. You don't know what you're doing." I kind of I lost it. And then at the end, I had to
Did you throw
apologize.
your dentures at him?
I should have. I never told him why I was upset, but I had to apologize, but I had to give it some thought. And then a couple of days later, it occurred to me, ever since I've turned 60, I'm now thinking everyone's going to basically old-splain things to me, where I'm too old and don't understand. And this dude was a much younger dude. And it really, like the tone of his voice, it made me sound like, "Oh, Pops, you don't know, but if you do this," and it triggered the hell out of me. I'm like, I am not old to the point where I can't figure out how to play my own game, and I lost it.
So now we know how to get under the skin there.
But Danny, I've been trying, and up until that moment, I think I'm doing a pretty good job.
I can give you a hard time. I understand what you mean. Like, sometimes you create these like scenarios in your head, and you get mad at somebody not realizing that their intentions were not there. I had that happen one time in a wrestling locker room where somebody was like in the other area, and one of my buddies said something like, "Oh, but like, yeah, what are you gonna do that when you're in your 40s or something?" Like talking about something, and I'm like, "Hey, what the hell does that mean?" He goes, "What?" I'm like, "What do you mean about in their 40s?" I thought he was taking a shot.
Yeah,
and he goes, "You're in your 40s?" I'm like, "Yeah." I didn't know that. I thought you were in your 30s. And he felt awful. And I'm like, I'm the idiot that overreacted. Like, that, you did not mean anything by it. And
so you got that right away. I wish I did.
Yeah.
That's amazing, though, because they don't realize you're in your 40s.
Right. It was like you insulted me in a roundabout way, but you didn't mean to in a way you also complimented me.
Exactly,
so
yeah.
I'm kind of torn.
Yeah.
Like, you made me feel good and really crappy at the same time.
I want to punch you in the face, but I want to buy you dinner. It's
right.
great.
I'm going to punch you and I'm going to hug you with like a comfortably long time.
I didn't get
pre-COVID.
I didn't. Yeah. All I wanted to do was punch. I want a pre-COVID punch.
Because he probably meant, he probably had no idea that he was doing that to you.
No, and my buddy even said, we all have good intentions here, but I didn't want to hear it. My mind was telling me, no, you don't. You're
not old.
No, you're all telling me I'm an old man. That's what my brain was telling me, and then but I didn't even realize that's what my brain was telling me. Like, it happened so quickly, I totally didn't know that was. I had to think about it. I go, why did I react so badly to all this? And I was like, oh, right, because I thought he was treating me like an old man. Yeah, and so I'm like, oh, I can't believe it. I didn't want to ever be that guy that wanted to tells the young people to shut up on stuff. But when it comes to gaming, I still think I think that's my arena. Don't tell me I'm too old in this arena.
You're the Tom Brady of board games.
I would like to think so. Yes,
I know so.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here's this Patrick Mahomes upstart telling me I'm not doing it right.
Like, I'm going to win 2 championships and one of them to be in front of you.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It's exactly what's going on. He sounded like Kermit, too. You're right. It was like this Kermit the Frog guy.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
The world needed a safer trampoline. Dr. Keith Alexander, inventor of the Spring-Free Trampoline, wanted to bring the joy of trampolining to his daughter. His wife said they were too dangerous, so he invented his own. Spring-Free Trampoline is the world's safest trampoline, with no springs or hard edges. Now, parents can have peace of mind that their kids are outside jumping safely. To learn more, visit springfreetrampoline.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. I have to tell you something. Everything about this story pisses me off.
Oh, good.
And
nice.
There's really no good reason except perhaps maybe a twinge of jealousy.
Okay.
Or, a twinge of okay boomer. I'm not sure. I'll let you guys make the call on this. A teenage YouTube star. That's number one.
Okay.
Okay. First off.
Oh, so you don't like that?
Yeah, no. That's the number one. I'm already like, get this kid off my lawn.
So you instantly hate the story before you even heard it.
He's also from Texas. So there you go. That's number two.
Oh, you don't mess with Texas.
All my exes are in Texas. That's why. See, that's the problem. So this teenage YouTube star from Texas was showing off his rich dad's $3.4 million car. There you go. Number three reason why I hate this kid.
Was it like a Hyundai Santa Fe with nice wheels?
With the nice wheels, right. and the luxury package, yes.
Yeah, right. Oh, he's got 84,000 subscribers on a GG Exotics YouTube page. I don't know what GG Exotics.
I mean, it's a nice number of subscribers, 84,000, but that's not a whole lot compared to like super successful people. But I guess, does that make you a YouTube star? Don't you have to have at least 100K to be a star on YouTube?
Well, I mean, that's how many subscribers he has, but usually you still get tons of views even if someone doesn't subscribe to your stuff.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, like a lot. Some of his videos have like 200,000 views. I mean, most of them are around 50-something thousand.
Yeah, 200,000 views. I mean, you got to get in the millions before you're
back
somebody.
to me when you're somebody.
Yeah, come on. The fact that you have a rich father. This kid's name is Gage Gillian, or Gillian, excuse me. And
that's what the GG stands for then, in GG Exotics.
Yeah, see that? There you
Okay.
go. He's 17 years old, and he's the son of private equity firm founder Tim Gillian, and he was driving a custom-made purple Pagani Huayra. Is it Huayra? Huayra Roadster? Huayra?
Whiskey?
Why are we talking about this 17-year-old? Why?
Whiskey.
Yeah, so he's driving this Roadster, and it's a $3.4 million car. He posted this on Instagram because he smashed the hell out of this car, and he said, quote, S happens, thanking God for a second chance at life. Crash could have left us with worse injuries or even death. So somebody was in the car with him. Unless he talks himself like he's a group of people. I don't know.
I love the first thing he wrote, though, is S happens. No, that S doesn't happen in my life.
No.
Yeah, right?
He blamed the crash on low tire pressure and said he suffered minor injuries. I'm not a fancy car driver to know if low tire pressure is, in fact, a real excuse or if he's just making up an excuse. But
well, I think that coupled with probably him not driving it necessarily safe would, you know what I mean?
They've only made 100 of these cars. So he did
Well,
he
now
did
99
destroy it.
are only available.
They got 99 cars, and that ain't one. So he destroyed his dad's car, but I guess if his dad can afford a $3.4 million car and he's a fancy finance guy, I suppose it's okay.
I don't know, man. Even if I was rich as F, I mean, first of all, I'd be like, you're okay? He's like, yeah, I just, I hurt my arm. I'm like, okay, good. I'm going to hurt your other arm now because you're not driving ever
That's frontier
again.
justice, son.
He says he crashed into a tree.
Yeah, dude, if you look at this car, it is pretty amazing that he made it through this because those sports cars, I don't know how safe they are as far as being able to smash into stuff like, crash safety tests. I don't think they're designed to be crashed into anything to save your life. So I guess he is lucky. And when you're 17, I guess that's the best time to be in something like this because your body will heal better.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
though,
he
man.
wrecked himself, and
he
didn't check himself. He just wrecked himself.
The vehicle's bodywork was ripped apart.
Yeah,
How
dude.
fast was he? He had to be going fast.
Well, I mean, it is one of them fancy fast cars. So, what do you think he was going? 100 miles an hour? 150? I mean,
What if he was literally going 25 miles an hour?
Oh,
The
that
thing
would
just
be
basically just exploded, and he's like, I don't know what happened.
That would have been so bad.
They're just backing out of the driveway of their humble home. I'm sure that they have.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, very humble home, 17-year-old YouTube star. I told you, this kid's pissing me off. I know he's been injured. He still pisses me off.
Oh, he's fine. Look at him. He's
he's
on
okay.
Instagram. He's got him in just his little arm sling.
Okay, good.
He'll be okay.
So it's okay for me to hate him then?
Eating his Jif peanut butter.
Oh, yeah. Everything about this kid, I really do despise.
Right, the Skippy guy.
It's the lukewarm topic of the day.
That's the fourth reason, Steve. So this teen YouTuber crashed his car, his dad's rare $3.4 million supercar. That's a pretty dumb thing. Now here, we know though that you have children or you were a children and dumb things were done. Sure, maybe not a $3.4 million dumb thing, but you know what? You have done dumb things, and that's what we want to hear about. We want to know, man, if we were talking to your parents right now, what would they say was the dumbest thing that you did as a kid? 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Let's go to Daniel and Yelm. Daniel, you are on the Rock.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we doing this fine Washington morning?
Wow, look at Dan. We're doing pretty well, buddy.
I'm doing great now.
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
What about yourself,
So-
Dan? Dan, sounds like you're doing well, or are you faking it like a lot of people do?
Oh, I am just really used to waking up at these ungodly hours, so this is just forced enthusiasm.
There we go.
There we go.
I
Fair.
could tell. You can kind of. I thought I tasted a little forced enthusiasm there, but dude, as people that get up at ungodly hours, we definitely know your pain, man. It never gets better.
We
It
pride
never gets better.
We pride ourselves on high energy mediocrity, so we're okay with that.
Oh, I like that. What you got for us, Daniel? If we talk to your parents, what would they say you did dumb as a child?
Okay, so one of my mom's favorite stories to tell people is how when I was about 4 or 5, I tried to imitate my oldest brother, who was about 4 years older than I am. And he and his friends were throwing rocks over our house. Now, this is way back when, and my parents were renting this house. So they're lobbing rocks right over the house. I'm like, well, I want to be just like my older brother. So I pick up a rock, and I throw it, and it goes right through a double-paned sliding glass door.
Yeah, you see where that's going. This story was one of those stories where you go, see where it's going. I kind of like the journey, and I know the destination. Oh, man, that's a beating. Oh,
yeah.
Was there punishment? Was there money lost? How were you taken care of because of this?
I don't remember any punishment coming my way since I was really young at that time. I know my eldest brother, he got into a lot of trouble because he was the one that showed me what to do.
Yeah, that's and again, there's no excuse. If you're the eldest brother and, you're sitting down having this conversation. So let me get this straight. We're renting this house, not even ours. And you're doing what? We're throwing rocks over it to see if we can throw rocks. Okay.
See, in those situations, I'd rather my parents get mad at me for doing it than my brother get mad at me my brother get in trouble for the things that I did, because then he would get mad at me and it would be way worse.
Yeah, that's
right. Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Your brother, your brother, unfortunately, that was a thing.
Like if I ever did anything stupid, which from time to time I did, I never would even think to say I learned it from my brother. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take my lumps from my father because it's a lot better than what my brother would do to me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You had it from both ends, either the father or the brother.
It was the same end, but different levels of aggression on it.
Wow, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Let's go.
I think I chose wisely, I feel.
I think you did.
Yeah.
Because for some reason your father loves you. Your brother's probably still got a chip on his shoulder that you basically took. He had that joint to himself, and then you came along.
I was still on the fence in his world.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he finally starts to like me now.
Does he just finally?
Yeah.
Now? All right. You know what? It took some time, but you know what? It happened. Let's go to Mike in Covington. Mike, you are on the rock.
What's happening, guys?
Hey, Mike, good morning, sir. How about you? What is that dumb thing your parents would say you did as a kid?
So, not actually me, but my daughter. I'm not so sure how dumb it was, but, parents hate to get that 2 a.m. call. I'm sure anybody that's a parent knows what I'm talking about. And I didn't pass along a supercar to my daughter, but she had a Geo Metro. Anyway, but at the end of the day, she calls me at 2 a.m. and says, Dad, I hit an elk on Highway 18. Oh.
And, damn, dude. That's that's not dumb because it's hard. I mean, any one of us could have done that.
Well, here's the caveat to it. Someone hit it before she did. I guess the state patrolman told me that it laid down in the middle of the highway to give birth because the first person that hit it cut it in half.
Oh, jeez.
And so there was a baby laying there on the road there that hadn't been born yet. But the hind end of this thing was the size of a Volkswagen. And these people were waving at my daughter like, hey, slow down. And she literally jumped over the butt end of this elk and went nose first into the ground with the car and spun it around. And she didn't get hurt or anything, but she had all these people waving her down at 2 a.m. You'd think that you would, slow down or something.
Yeah, that's a dumb thing.
Was she texting?
She hit it about 50 and went right over the top of it.
What was she? I mean, how did she not notice all this? Was she distracted?
Well, it's 2 a.m. and she had a bunch of drunk friends in the car that she was being the DD.
Oh.
So she was dumb and smart at the same time. So.
Yeah, you're right. I mean,
she was doing a good thing while being an idiot.
You could. Yeah.
Story of my life, man.
Yeah.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, that's the problem that is the problem with designated driver is you're still distracted. The DD stands for two things: designated, distracted, and your driver.
Right. You're a babysitter for a bunch of drunk idiots.
Could that story have been more horrific?
Right, imagine being the other people. You're like, slow down, and then you just see this car and it just crushes that elk.
Starts off with I hit an elk. Starts off with, well, actually, we cut a pregnant elk in half and could see the baby still there. That story could not be more horrific. And then, and also my daughter did not slow down. So if the baby might have had a shot, but she decided, no, I'm going to, I mean, that whole, now if I was part of the elk community, I'd be like, okay, humans, it's on.
Community?
I mean, this is what, when you read
if you went to the Elks Lodge?
Yeah, if I'm at the Elks Lodge, I'm like, humans, it's on. You not only killed the mother, but you cut her in half and then you went for the baby too.
The only way that would be more epic if it was in front of an Elks Lodge.
That would have been the best.
I feel like that's not a story that you could pitch to Disney to turn into a movie, huh? Doesn't seem like it's a very happy
ending.
The new
Bambi 2?
Bambi 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Geez. I mean, well, let's listen. If you want to make Bambi more extreme, Bambi's back, but not for long.
Oh, boy.
No.
Damn.
All right, sorry. Let's go to Robert in Puyallup. Robert, you are on the rock.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Not too bad, Robert. What about you, man? What was the dumbest thing?
I could complain, but I'm on the green side of the grass. So sticking with cars. Now, it wasn't a supercar. It was my grandma's '69 Buick Skylark.
Nice.
Now I'm going old school with this because I'm an old man like BJ.
Thank you.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a gas station attendant. I wanted to check the oil and fill the gas tank and wash the windows. Well, I heard my mom and my grandma talking about how my grandma had to stop and get gas and how she hated it. Well, I'm like, well, I'll fill your tank up, Grandma. That's what I'm thinking in my head. So I proceed to go outside and grab the garden hose and shove it in the gas tank and fill her gas tank full of water.
How old were you?
I was like 7.
Okay, all right. I was going to say, I was an old man like you, BJ. Did it just last week.
So then what happened?
What happened was...
it ended up costing about $250 back in 1974-75.
Yeah, that's a lot of dough.
I had to go pick a switch, and I got some heat put on my backside.
Oh, man. Now, you know what? See, this is a problem with old school justice back then, because you were trying to be helpful. You weren't being a jerk. You know, you should get heat for being a jerk, but you actually thought you were doing a favor to Grandma.
Yeah, but it's one of those learning lessons, I learned from it. I never put water in my gas tanks again.
Right, see? Problem solved.
Honestly, I feel like there could have been a way to teach you that lesson without basically corporal punishment, is all I'm saying. Because
it wouldn't have happened as quick, though.
I mean, it's just like, hey, Grandma, I want to help you. And next thing you know, okay, so I wanted to help you, made a mistake, and I'm getting a beating. I will take this with me for the rest of my life as a life lesson.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How much does bankruptcy cost?
Usually with my office, we do a flat fee that includes all your court costs, filing fees, credit counseling, credit reports, in one cost. In Chapter 13 cases, that usually starts at about $900. With Chapter 7 cases, the total cost, including all your court costs, attorney fees, is usually about $1,500. We offer payment plans on Chapter 7, so you can start a file with my office for as little as $200. You can send your creditor calls to us. We'll take your creditor calls while you gather up your information and make payments on the rest of the fees. With Chapter 13 cases, we can make payment arrangements in most cases as well and get your case filed even sooner in a Chapter 13 case because of the reorganization aspect to it.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.